Alright, we're back here behind the barn. Very humid, muggy, wet, damp morning. So, but pretty nonetheless. Very still, very quiet, no breeze. You can hear all the birds. And I think I've disappointed the cows. They thought I was here to feed them. They all followed me up here and then turned around and went back to where they were standing when I drove up. So we get started. We're on the downside of this. I got most all my mortise and tenons cut. Just need to finish cutting the mortises on my my two middle braces and then start fitting them together. Just cleaning up and fitting mortise and tenons, the joinery, and then we should be finished. Alright, my thoughts in doing it this way is to chisel down. That's a very wide swath to cut on the end grain to go down to rip cut that, and I'm not so sure my sawyer skills would allow me to rip that straight line all the way down without having to do a whole bunch of chisel work to clean it up. So I figure if I was going to do a bunch of chisel work to clean it up, I'll just make me some cross cuts and just do the whole thing with the chisel and see how that comes out. Alright, so I got to redo my middle cross braces. Fortunately, well, unfortunately, I mismeasured. Fortunately, I was too long on my middle braces, so I'm gonna have to cut 1.5 inches, go back on the neck, on the through tenons, 1.5 inches. So they're 3 inches too long. What I did was I measured 32 inches to the outside of these top holes, and I should have went the measurement from the inside because my cross brace is the neck is going to butt up to the inside of my holes. So a little extra work, but not all is lost, so I can just cut them back and fix them to fit. So I got everything else fit together, and when I was putting the first sawhorse together, I realized that this was too long. So I mismeasured, and I'm going to fix it, and hopefully not too long we'll be putting these together. Alright, so to fix this, I measured 1.5 inches, scored my line all the way around with the saw, and so now I'm just going to use my chisel to pop these. Word to the wise, if you're ever pushing your chisel toward your hand, put your hand out. What you want is a bench that you can clamp wood pieces down and work as such. I do not have that yet. I could clamp and unclamp these to this, but I'm not. So I have run a chisel through the top of my finger before, so just be mindful of how much force you're using and where your hand is. So if it slips off, what is it going to hit? All right, so redid the correct piece. Now I haven't mocked it up or anything, so we'll see if it fits together. So we'll put 3 to 3. And we'll put 4 to 4. Circle to circle, square to square. All right, and I'm planning on drilling some holes in here and putting just some really small wedges or something in there to just to help secure this. All right. That works. Tell you what, it's pretty solid. All right, so both sawhorses are fairly complete. And what I mean by that is, I got the fit together. There's a couple of finished things that I want to do with them. I think they fit well enough to keep them modular. The biggest concern with me is the connection from the legs to the feet. With the 2 sawhorses set up, most of the weight, or if I do any planing on anything, is probably gonna rock them this way. So my strongest connection will need to be there. So I may wedge and glue the feet in to the legs, or the legs into the feet. And then that way I basically just have 2 T's, and then I can take the top and the brace off, and they'll store pretty easily that way. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then if I glue and wedge those, I'm gonna run a small hole down through here and just make a wedge, a very light wedge, just to tap down in there to shore that up a little bit. And I think the tops are pretty good as they are, and I think that'll be done.